Have you ever stopped to think about what it would be like to actually own your little corner of the internet instead of just renting it? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at a project called Arctic, which is trying to build a real physical backbone for the web that puts you back in the driver's seat. So let's get right to it.
But first, let me just ask you this. Think about your entire digital life for a second. Your online identity, all your data, your social connections. Do you really feel like you own any of it? Or does it kind of feel like you're just borrowing space on a server owned by someone else? That question right there is at the very heart of everything we're about to talk about.
And that feeling? That's the core of the problem. The source material for this has a great way of putting it. We've all become rented audiences. Our attention and our data have become the product that's being sold. And the entire mission behind Arctic is to finally put an end to that era.
So, what does it actually mean to be rented? Well, it means that every single time you log in, post a comment, or share a photo, you're doing it on a platform where someone else has the final say. They make the rules, they hold all the keys, and yep, they're the ones cashing in on your being there.
This slide just lays it out so perfectly. On the left, you've got the web we have today. It's centralized, it's controlled, and let's face it, we are the product. The vision, the whole goal, is to move over to the model on the right, a sovereign, decentralized web where you are the owner. It's a night and day difference. Okay, so the big question is, how do we make that massive leap from being a renter to being an owner? And the answer, which is what makes this so interesting, isn't just another new app or some clever software. No, it requires a whole new physical foundation. And that's exactly where Arctic's hardware backbone comes in.
And this is the absolute core of the idea. Arctic isn't some cloud service you sign up for or a new website. It's a set of actual physical devices that you have in your own home. It's all designed to literally take back control over your data and your identity, pulling it away from those distant corporate servers and putting it right back into your hands.
All right, so let's get to the fun part and look at the tools that make all this possible. This whole sovereignty toolkit, as they call it, really boils down to two main pieces of hardware.
First up is the UISC, which stands for Universal Identity Smart Card. Honestly, the best way to think about this is like your own personal digital passport. It's a physical key about the size of an SD card that holds your unique online identity. And the most important part, you and only you have possession of it. Now get this, because it completely changes how you log into things online. Instead of clicking that login with Google button, the authentication happens right there on the card. Your private keys, the critical data that proves you are who you say you are, they literally never leave the chip. That is a huge leap forward for both your security and your control.
The second piece of this puzzle is the Project Hub. This is a powerful little box, a high-performance single-board computer, or SBC. You can basically think of it as your own personal mini-server that sits in your home. This is the engine that's going to power your corner of the new decentralized web.
And this represents a major shift in power. We're talking about your data being processed at home, on your own device, not in some faraway data center. This means you can host your own services, and you can even run powerful AI models locally. You get all the cool benefits of the cloud, but without having to sacrifice your privacy. That's a real game changer.
So we have the identity card and we have the home server. The UISC is basically your key, and the hub is your house. So now, let's see how these tools actually work together to create a completely new kind of network. This hardware runs an open-source platform called Web4 Lite. What it does is take the decentralized ideas of Web3 and makes them really practical. It actually lets you run what's basically a social network as a service, right from your home. Just imagine it. A community space where you set the rules, not some black box algorithm.
And the process is designed to be incredibly simple. You just connect your hub, run the software, and boom, you can spin up your very own private friend net for your family or a secure team space for a project you're working on. Suddenly, you're not just a user anymore, you're the platform owner.
Now, think about what happens when thousands of these hubs are up and running. They start to form what's known as a resilient mesh. Each device is its own independent node, but they can all talk to each other. This means there's no central point of failure, which makes the whole network incredibly robust and really resistant to being shut down or censored.
And just look at how versatile this whole network can be. Each node can be configured for a very specific purpose. You could have a secure hardware-based identity just for your online gaming, or a completely private AI assistant running in your home. It could even be a secure vault for your most sensitive documents or health records. The possibilities are pretty wild. So, let's just zoom out for a second. This isn't just about a few cool gadgets. This is about laying the actual groundwork for a future where the internet is truly owned and operated by its users.
It's also really important to understand that Arctic isn't just some isolated project. It's actually the foundational hardware for a much, much bigger ecosystem. As you can see, it's designed to support everything from business software to community platforms, all of it built on a foundation of open source development. The hardware is really just the starting point.
And that brings us to this quote, which I think just sums the whole thing up perfectly. The goal here is bigger than just technology. It's a philosophical statement. It's about creating the physical side of freedom, the actual tangible infrastructure you need for true digital freedom.
So, I'll leave you with this final question to think about. If all the barriers were just gone, and you truly owned your own digital space, what would you build? It's a fascinating future to consider. Thanks for joining us.